Okay, let's go then. So, here we go. Third game in this best of five in between Suomi and WWP. We're gonna have Arabia once again. And let's see, pockets will be US Lithuanians in red and Spanish for Vivi in green. Team will be playing Ethiopians in blue. Other side, Lix is playing Incas. Hello there. That's going to be interesting to take a look at. But he's up against Zupi, who is playing Gods. Other side, we will have Vilas's Vietnamese in orange. And it looks like Max is going to be playing Berber Pocket. And Rubenstock is playing Burmese Pocket here. Interesting. So, that villager is not just walking out for a walk. I can assure you. It's interesting that Zupi is the one doing all this slaming. They're actually very, very good friends with Rubenstock. In fact, they collect mushrooms together, so that's a worthwhile and interesting fact about these two players. And it looks like Lix is actually going to spot this one, so he knows what to prepare for, and he's gonna bring in his boar immediately. It doesn't matter that your boar is going to rot. What matters is that you want to bring it in ASAP, otherwise it's gonna get killed very soon. So, let's see. What else do we have? We have a second scout over here that is Vivi. And that means that this is a fight that China or the WWP can actually win. They're focusing on the scout right now. Another villager comes in here for Zupi. He really wants to decide this engagement. The scout goes down and they save their two scouts over here. This is a value here. This is value with capital letters for China. And the reason why it's value is because Zupi has no scouting information, so he has no idea where the other boar is to kill it. And it's something to take a look at, because he's not going to be able to lay in that one over here. Other side is relatively peaceful for the time being. So, we got pings coming in here from both players. I'm not sure what this ping is. The ping actually goes to Max, who is going to try and lame from the pocket. I think that Vilas also tried laming from the pocket, but that's kind of a disaster for Suomi over here. They lost 40 HP on Max's scout, and also 25 on Vilas's scout. They're trying to weaken it? I see. They're not trying to steal this board, they're trying to kill it. The idea is that you actually kill it with a scout, then there is like no food in it. So they're trying to weaken the pocket Mr. Yo over here by at least damaging that board quite a bit. I don't know why Villa stopped that. Like, the thing is that if you want to kill that board, you continue doing this. If you don't want to kill it and you just want to steal it, for Villas, you just bring it in with a scout. Anyways, one board minus for Mr. Yo over here. Other side, we have stone being lamed here by Zupi. I like that. He's laming both stone mines, which means that the Inca Whale Rush isn't going to be as efficient as it could possibly be. Now, make no mistake, if Lix wants to Inca Whale Rush, he will Inca Whale Rush. He's going to get some villagers to the stone of Vivi, and he's going to use that if it's needed. Anyways, forward bracks coming in here from Zupi. Pretty standard Gothic stuff over here. We get used to this already. He could also take the opponent's stone, yes, but you need to get a tower up that actually secures that for you. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have the second board coming in here for Vilas, which is actually his third board already, because remember that he lamed one over here. So he's sitting on 3 boards right now. Nice little advantage over here, and there is going to be Barracks for what is going to be a Drush. Anyways, militias are coming out, and for Lix, he is sitting on 18 pop. He's about to click up as well, pushing in some deer. His scout is still alive, but it's very low HP at this moment. I don't know what this will is doing for Tim. This will is just scouting or what? What is this will up to? she's just gonna bump into a lion. I have no idea what this lady is actually trying to accomplish. But anyways, militias are coming in for Tim over here, so are for Viles. And other notable things happening, we got an Eagle that's very, very weak, so just 2 hits from a militia should be able to finish it off. And it looks like Lix is going up. Oh, Vilas also laid the board from Tim? I didn't see that. Anyways, that's a beautiful fight for Vilas over there. He actually landed quite a lot of hits on that militia. I think the 3rd militia is still missing. And Lix on the way to Feudal Age. Quite a lot of villagers are moving out in the middle of nowhere. Are these villagers going to the pocket? They might be going to the pocket Rubenstock here. Militias here aren't accomplishing much. Wars will be finished for Tim. He had a random villager over here that is gone, so I'm not sure what happened to her. Nice find from Zupi over there, finding a lot of villagers with food on them. And I guess now the fun part is that Zupi will try killing those huntables over here with that will. That's what he should do. Just shoot the huntables and you can actually kill. Shoot. Doesn't matter if you kill to the militias, but the thing is that actually it matters. Militias kill it in 2 hits, but you can't get any food from them. Villagers kill it in 1 hit because they're Gothic wills, but you can actually get food from them. Anyways, he's inside the base of Yo over here, causing quite a lot of destruction, and that's a huge Inca will rush from Lix. Now, the thing is that it's not like his food eco is very, very sustainable, 5 on food only for him. And it looks like Yo is just gonna pull a little bit more villagers, but he lost another will over here, so Yo is down by 2 and he was down by a boar as well. So it looks like the early laming is actually working better for Suomi. Alright, so what now for Zupi? Zupi is still Dark Age though, and that's something to note. So it's not like he can do any kind of tower defense, and it looks like the Will Rush is heading towards the base of Max over here. They potentially want to take out the strongest player in here. So, tower coming up here. For Lix, he knows about the stone mine, so he wants to grab that stone for himself. And that's quite a lot of villagers. Blacksmith is up, and they do have armor. What is Max going to respond? The problem for Max is that he doesn't have a safe stone. The best thing that Max could do is like go to this stone over here, which would be pretty much Vilas's stone, but then he could do tower defense. But I think he's going to lose his gold mine, so pocket being hit over here isn't that beautiful for the Suomi team. And it looks like Vivi is going for FC Conquistadors in this one. Yo, full wars. What is he up to? Not much right now. Everybody's just chilling behind walls. So, tower will come up here for Lix when he can afford it. And where are the other villagers? There is another tower in here. So it looks like they will just try to trade Lix to Max over here, pretty much. And the thing is that it could work, because since Zupi is still in Dark Age, it's not like he can punish Lix here. Lix is just happily chilling back at home, because there's like absolutely no push on his own base. Tim also going up to Castle Age right away, so it was a Drosh FC from him. He's doing a 32 Voyager Drosh FC, that's quite late, but at least he's gonna have a strong eco. Behind that one, tower versus tower over here. And I'm not sure if this was a misclick from Lix or what, but the tower isn't going up, and it looks like it's a trap. Because if you take a look at this one right now, where is Lix gonna go with those Voyagers? This one should be logged, this one should be logged, and this one should be logged. So these Voyagers are supposed to die here, and indeed, that's a beautiful, beautiful play from Suomi over there. Lix's Voyagers will get killed. Eventually the tower is gonna go down to Voyagers bashing the bottom. And indeed, now that the tower is low enough in HP, archers could just dive in and pick those Voyagers off There is some more towers coming up here, the gold mine being lamed, and it looks like Max is now gonna pull the villagers. Lix's push here isn't really working well, and there is going to be a beautiful tower from Zoopy. Fun fact, Lix sees that tower, but it's not like he can react. He now reacts to it with quite a lot of villagers being pulled. The militias are still around, and theoretically Zoopy could try getting Man-at-Arms upgrade here, which would be helpful, or Zoopy could try going into Castle Age with these resources. The thing, however, is that Vivi is insane with Conquistadors, and that's going to show. Vivi's favorite civ is Spanish to play with Conks. Over here, counter tower coming up from Lix. In this one, there is even a scout from Vivi to scare away these units, and it looks like Zoopy is going to lose his towering, or at least the first towering will. There is going to be potentially a villager lost from Lix. 2 HP. Yeah, one villager goes down. Maybe another one is gonna go down as well. So, what else? What else? Tower is up here, but there is knights already from Max, so it's not like it's impossible for him to defend against this one. Other side, we have a Castle Age almost in for Tim. Vilas is already up to Castle Age, and he has quite a lot of crossbows coming in here. This is looking better for Suomi right now, and that's shown by the score. So, let's see. Villager getting picked off here. Lix is down to 24 villagers. Not something that he wants to see, to be honest. And those militias are being so disruptive right now. And it looks like we are going to have a long Man-at-Arms upgrade and Castle Age coming in. It looks like now Zoopy is going to cancel the Man-at-Arms now that he sees that the Conquistadors are in. I think it makes sense. Conks will just need the Man-at-Arms, so there is no point upgrading the Man-at-Arms anymore. And it's going to be a Rumbai versus Conquistadors. So early Conquistadors beat a Rumbai because of their superior range and a little bit better mobility, but in the long run a Rumbai will eat Conquistadors because a Rumbai damage output is just going to be a lot more devastating. Anyways, nice trying to clean this tower up here. Villagers will get intercepted and then jump into the tower. This one, you can actually keep this one knight bot on the bottom, and the villager can actually jump out on the other side. I don't know how this is possible because I thought this is right next to a wood line. It might be inside the tower, we have seen things like that. But this tower shouldn't really survive. Crossbows on the way for Viles, more HP on them, whereas better firing rate for Tim's crossbows. These guys have Botkin, Tim's guys have Botkin as well. It looks like the Rumbai will be heading towards the base of Mr. Yo, who is getting pushed by crossbows here as well. Crossbows plus a Rumbai should be able to beat the Conquistadors over here. Where is WWP getting all those $500 from? It's from a super rich Singaporean sponsor. That's the answer. Basically. He's the one that is sponsoring this entire White Wolf Palace thing. Anyways, Lix is probably familiar with the situation. He's running for his life right now, and he's probably gonna be on 5 villagers for the rest of the game. And it looks like Conquistadors will be enough to clean this one up for a time being. More crossbows heading to Mr. Yo, who is going for an early monastery, so he wants to pick up some relics for himself, get some cavalry on the field. Max is supposed to get cavalry out very, very soon as well. Villager counts are looking relatively decent. He was on 36, which is relatively low for a pocket player. Vivi's already at 50 vills, that's crazy. And what is Zoopy up to? Zoopy, he's sending villagers to stone, and now he is on 3 TCs, but not enough farming eco to keep all 3 of those working, so that's not ideal. Do you know what the WWP sponsor does? Nope. Very, very few people actually know what this guy is up to. All I know is that it's a Singaporean sponsor that is having good relations with Tim, I believe. But yeah, WWP is short for White Wolf Palace. And it pretty much has all the notable Chinese players in it. So it's not just these 4 players, but there are others as well in this one. Anyways, Lix still alive. He has food eco to keep that TC working, which is a nice change from the previous game. Crossbows, that's a nice find from Tim over there. Gets quite a lot of villager kills for himself over here. And the tower somehow still stands. Don't ask me how, but this tower shouldn't actually stand. Knights are now coming in from Mr. Yo. He's got +1 attack on those guys. What else do we have? We don't have insane army numbers, to be honest. Team has 18 army running around. Vivi has 10. 0 from Lix, 4 from Zupi, 7 from Ruben. Very, very few army on the field right now. And it looks like Max, or yeah, Max here was just pretty much booming, because now he's adding multiple stables. And he's prepared to flood what might actually be camos, because they're up against the Lithuanian Knights and they're up against Conquistadors. So camos actually fare better against that. And the only archer player on the opponent's side is Tim. So if Vilas can trade off his archers to Tim's archers, because Lix doesn't have any archers on the field, the camos will be a more than reasonable option. So let's see what Zupi is up to. Gods are also scary when it comes to, you know, getting a full boom and flooding units. And the problem is that Zupi is like miles ahead of Lix right now. Lix is just nowhere in this game. 25 villagers only in this one. But Yo is grabbing the relics here. First relic is just coming in for him. And there is a second relic over here that he can easily pick up. Even a third one. Yo could be on 3 relics very soon, and that would be a devastating cavalry push. I don't think you can even stop +3 knights with camos unless you have an insane numbers advantage with camos. Because +3 knights might be too much here, if the +3 only comes from the relics. Lix's eco is just not operational here. A Rambai could actually stop Yo's knights, so that's something to pay attention for. Some conks on the field for Vivi. He's gonna start pushing the base of Zupi with some siege. Zupi is on stone, so he can make a defensive castle soon, but it's going to take some time. Conks will try to dive in. There is 4 monks, no sensity on either of those. Let's see how many conversions we're gonna get. They will try jumping into TC for now. Some idle time for Zupi, but not an awful lot of damage done on his base. Anyways, crossbows breaking through here, and this villager is also gonna go down. What's more important, I believe, is that Yo is gonna have an untouched way into 3 relics. Maybe even 4. He could actually grab that one for himself as well. Our Rambai number is starting to get scary though. Like, we're getting close to the stage where this many Rambai might be able to melt a TC, and if that happens, Lix will be like super dead. Whereas in comparison, Zupi is actually doing decent. 2 conversions are in. Siege Workshop does go up, which is an important thing here for Vivi, even though I don't think it's going to matter at all. And you see why I said that Conquistadors in low numbers are actually better against the Rambai. They can actually micro away because Conks do have a bit better range. But if the Rambai just ever get a volley out, like those darts, they just melt all those Conquistadors. And it's not like the Conquistadors can just run away here, because your teammate, Lix, is going to die to the Rambai here. The tower here is down. Left side, we have a push coming in here from Suomi. This is the first game that really looks like it's going to be a game for Suomi, although Lix and Vivi has different plans. A castle comes in here for the Fat Dragon to defend his teammate over here. Other side, crossbow numbers are actually better. Much better for Tim over here. He's got 24 crossbows here, only 16 for Vilas, and here's the problem. Vilas is gonna be 50% behind in terms of imp timing, and those are also going to be Ethiopian arbs. He's gonna get beaten to Imperial once again, and if that happens, he's going to be forced to take inefficient engagements once again. Imp is coming in here for Zupi though, which is something worth looking at. No imp from the rest of the players for the time being, and it looks like we're getting close to a Gothic flood. And yes, of course, Huskars will be destroyed by Conquistadors. That's not even close. The question is, what damage those Huskars could cause should they just run into the eco of Mr. Yo? Because Huskars is just insane at pretty much suicide rushing down your opponent's eco. TC goes down, so Lix once again starting a nomadic lifestyle. In here, left side is safe, and it looks like Lix still in feudal. Yo not clicking up to Imperial, neither is Rubenstock, but Imp is coming in here for max. So he's gonna beat Yo to Imp a little bit, not by much, just a couple of percents, so it's not really a big deal anymore. Another castle comes in here from Vivi, and the thing is that Yo is on 3 relics right now, and I think this relic was yoinked in here from him. I'm not sure who stole it, but it's 3 relics for Yo, and he's gonna have Paladin available. The only thing that could actually stop that is like a Rita Rumbai, and they can really stop it. Like, the thing is that Paladin will not have the chance to actually engage in this one, and it looks like Rubenstock sees the castle, will try diving in. Yo is gonna have to rush this one up, but I'm not even sure if this castle goes up. It's 70%. If you focus down the wheels, you might be able to... it's too late. Maybe if Rubenstock notices it a bit too early, or a bit earlier. Anyways, beautiful castle for Yo because it's actually protecting the monastery. So it's not like Rambai will just rush in and kill that monastery immediately. That being said, the rest of the base for Vivi is completely, or Yo is unprotected. And if he loses all his wheels here on the left side, it doesn't matter that he has 3 relics, because he's going to lose so much. And look at the area damage of those Rambai. That's why they're so scary. Because even the darts that they are missing with will do quite a lot of damage. So a big blow of a Rambai like this actually do area damage. It would have been nice if he finishes that TC off. It's not like it's a big deal. He might lose 2 more Rambai, but I feel like it's actually more important to kill that TC from Yo. There is a hole over here that Yo didn't notice. Anyways, castle's up here, and Rubenstock, he seems like he's getting close to carrying this game over here, because he did quite a lot of damage to Mr. Yo. He's at 81 villagers. Vivi's at 120. Vivi's got insane eco, and he's up to Imperial. But the problem is that he's conks and not paladins. Left side, we don't have much, and it looks like the plan is that, okay, we're going to try and force away Yo, force him to defend, and try to take the Rambai to kill the cavalry from him, and then Zupi is just going to try to overrun Tim here with Huskars, because if Yo isn't able to help with Huskar or against the Huskars, it's going to be pretty much over there. Anyways, there is 2 castles over here and conquistadors from Vivi, so this castle might actually go down from Zupi. Conquistadors will dive in. There is going to be Halberdiers on the way already. 2 castles against 1 for now, and it's 3 traps, but here come the Rambai. They are trying to snipe that trap. They should have tried finishing it off, because the trap still stands, and I feel like it would have been very, very helpful for Zupi to actually finish that one off. Left side, Cavalier is on the way. +4 defense is in for max already, but those are fully upgraded, or almost fully upgraded Ethiopian Arbs. Right side, castle went down from both players, but that's actually a win for Zupi, I believe, because he didn't lose this position, but his opponent did lose this forward position over here, so that's a little bit of a win over there. And it looks like Yo is playing Leitis. Interesting. He doesn't have an awful lot of upgrades on those boys. He's got +4 attack, but 3 of that comes from relics. So at the end of the day, he only has +1/+1 upgrade-wise. And the question is if Zupi actually is able to start getting those units out here, because he's busy defending that castle. And I don't think that he has Anarchy and Perfusion just yet. And if he doesn't have those, he's not gonna be able to flood units here. And that's the only castle he has that he can use to research Anarchy and Perfusion. It looks like we might have enough to overrun this. Lix is a non-factor in this game. He's at 35 villagers, chilling in a corner, getting some markets up, being helpful wherever he can. So he died so much that his best use right now is to just stonewall, try to reboom. Left side, we'll have castle up, but this castle is already being trapped down. Tim getting some villagers out to repair. We got 41 Arbs versus 33, and also a lot of Cavalier support, so Yo is gonna have to bring in the heavy cav here. And as I said, Yo is missing a lot of, like an awful lot of upgrades on those Leitis. These guys would be a lot scarier. It's elite, but he's just getting plate barding in right now for +4, and he's still missing attack upgrades. Right side, Vivi relentlessly pushing this one though. And where is the Arambai at? The Arambai is at the back of Yo's base. Aha! And the Arambai will just melt the Leitis here. Look at that. Bum. Bum. Melee units don't kill like this. They never did. So, well, these Arambai should be able to do quite a lot of damage to Mr. Yo here, and this is interesting because Zupi's side is collapsing, because Vivi is kind of annihilating him. But Tim's side is also collapsing, and we also have to keep in mind that Vivi, or Yo, is actually getting pushed here quite hard as well. He's still 108 villagers, but Lix isn't a factor, so even if Zupi completely dies, it's going to turn into a 3v3. And now we have a lot of heavy camos here from Max. With no archer support from Lix, heavy camos will be a reasonable unit against the Conquistadors to at least just slow them down. And the Max pushing up into Tim's base. This looks like a game for Suomi here. We have China starting to set up trades, so is Suomi doing that. Vivi still pushing the base of Zupi here, and that's actually a beautiful surround. That was a beautiful trap, because they were waiting until the Conquistadors push in, push them with hubs from one side, and then surround them with camos from the other. That's a lot of Conquistadors going down, and quite a lot of them have a very, very low HP. This buys an awful lot of time for Zupi, who even takes an even better engagement. That was a beautiful fight for him. The cost efficiency on this one was insane, and now there is just low enough number of Conquistadors that Arambai will start overrunning them. This game is in the hands of Suomi now, because they're overrunning the left side. There is barely any cavalry support from Yo, because he's busy not dying to the Arambai, which means that the Huskars will just kill Tim over here. Lix is pretty much dead, and Vivi's force here has been pretty much destroyed. He doesn't have an awful lot of army now. 35 military, and Zupi can now start flooding units here for this. And indeed, Yo taps out. Suomi not going down easily here. And with that, we have game number 4 coming up as well. Alright, GG's, Vinland indeed winning game number 3 over here. A much needed win, I would say. Lix 5 kills, 35 deaths, and that Inca Whale Rush didn't work as he intended it to. You got Tim 102, 100, Rubenstock 130 kills, 71 deaths. That's the Arambai power over there. Vivi also high resource retention rate on those Conquistadors, but he took one very, very bad fight and he just got overrun over there. Vilas played this one pretty nicely. Max, same thing. They did what they had to. That's basically it on this one. And Lix actually got to Castle Age by the end of the game. I am surprised.